What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Mean Joe Green, aka Prince of the Ghetto. Y'all hit the like button on your way in, and if you ain't subscribed, go on touch that subscribe button and mess with your boy. But I want to talk about something real quick, and I know a few people is gonna go over y'all heads, but I was watching this interview with Chopper from Making the Band, and he was on Cam, platform. And he was signed with Diddy then. The band, they were signed with Diddy. Chopper out the band, who I'm talking on. He did an interview. And he explained, he was like, the higher you go, the more you earn, the more wicked it get, and the more funny money, G-A-Y, it gets, you know. And he saw that firsthand. He said the more higher you get, the more gayer it gets. And me, I don't have nothing against gays. I have nothing against homosexual. I got a lot of those in my family. Whatever you do in your bedroom, that's you. No problem at all. But I'm just speaking. I'm speaking from I'm gonna go off a little spiritual point with this. And he said it was mostly, like the Jews and you know, you know what I'm saying. A lot of stuff I can't say on on YouTube, and I don't want to, them to cross me out. But and he got a point with it because you got to look at it. For you to become a billionaire, do you know how many people you had to cut throat to become that billionaire? Do you know how many people that you took money out that had families? You took food out their mouths. They got bills and stuff, and you had to cut them off. So you can advance that person that's a billionaire, for that person to advance. How many people they had to cut throat to gain for them to go up and up? So it's true. A lot of those billionaires, they really some wicked people. They didn't saw it all, and they just like they might forget people for them to get what they want. That's a lot of billionaires. They done cutthroat people. The people that's under them, they took so many losses, and you turned their lives upside down and all that. Yes, but if you was messing with this billionaire at one point, you will fold under them for them to get what they can get to move farther, you know. And I just want to speak on, if you was truly God people, God people really live off the land. You know what I'm saying? See, if you was a true God person, money, we nowadays society, they got it. We need money to survive because a lot of stuff that God gave us for free, it's been stripped away from us. So now all the food, the apple trees and peach trees and all that, they done took them away. Now we got to go to the stores. And we all know to go to those stores, you got to have money. So it's like now we do need money. But to go deeper, if you truly are chosen one in God's people, we really supposed to be living out the land. Everything out the land is really supposed to be free. But the way the world is now, a certain group of people, they came and changed that up. But that shows right there, if it was a God, if it's a God and the devil, for you to get the life you want and more money, it's in our face. You have to go to the devil's side to do all that. But a lot of people that you see that's righteous, they got their mind right, and people probably look like they ain't hardly got no money and they ain't doing that because they mostly God's people. They more spiritual, they pray, they comfortable living how they living, Because in order for you to shoot way up there, you gonna have to do some evil things, you know what I'm saying? And I just wanna say, a lot of God people, we supposed to live off the land, money and all that. That's, we didn't really need that. We traded goods. We traded things for what we need with other people. See, that's the right way, I believe, how we supposed to be living. But since they brought this currency, these dollars, the money, and it's a system for you to get this money, you know, that's what messed it up. That's what messed the whole world up, especially the U.S., you know, because we under that currency system and we need money to get what we need, so people will do anything for money. And most people, even if they want more money because they think about all the things that they can do. And for you to get more money, like I said, you're gonna have to be cutthroat. If you ain't cutthroat and you got a good heart, you ain't gonna reach to get a lot of money. You the type of person that's getting money and always want to help people. You know what I'm saying? You will never reach a billion. You'll never be a billionaire if you the type to help people and nice. You see what I'm saying? So in order for people to become a billionaire, they just got to be cutthroat and selfish and just like how Diddy was. You know, but the freakish part, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what he going on with that, you know. But like Chopper said, he said he walked in on Diddy and a powerful guy, groping each other or whatever. He didn't speak the name. I obviously don't care because like I said, I have, you know, that's his business. But in order for you to get $100 million, you're gonna have to be cutthroat. You know, you're gonna have to. Some people gonna be angry at you because you're gonna sell them out for this to either save money. You know, you're gonna have to sell them out to either, you know, do what you trying to do. You know, and sometimes you have to do that. I'm not saying depending on the situation. Sometimes you have to, you know, well, you ain't doing a good job because that person could be fumbling a lot, you know. But I'm just saying, to get that billion, oh, you done slice some nicks. I don't care who you is, Jay-Z, for you to reach a billion, you done slice some nicks, man. And I just want to say, you know, true people, you know, God's people, we more humble. We supposed to live off the land. You know, we do work. You have to do work that you like to get the money that you need and live a humbly like life. Like you want a Ferrari and all this. No, you don't. We don't need all that. It could be a Mazda car, as long as it go from point A to point B. I got a house. It's a nice home. I got a bathroom. I got running water. Everything nice. It's clean. You know, that's the humbling way how we live. But like I say, most people want more. They want the mansions. They want, you know, 6, 7, 8 rides, cars outside. You know, they want the bling bling, spending hundreds of $1,000s on rings and chains and watches. You know what I'm saying? And for you to keep that lifestyle up, you're going to have to need more money, more money, more money. You see what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, the ones like that, they don't have time to be praying to God. They not spiritual to be talking to God. They just, I mean, I got to get mine. They cutthroat. And that's what the devil wants y'all to be, you know. And once you keep doing it, the devil will keep rewarding you. Whereas the God, you know, he like I said, God is a loving God. You see how good people do, they give. If you, like I said, you keep giving, you know, you straight, but you helping. So we get a good sense of when we helping people, they make us, I help somebody. You know, it's a feeling. That's how you know you righteous. That's how you know you truly a chosen one. You can help people and you still straight and able to keep maintaining what you doing, you are chosen. You know, you're a good person. And you know, a lot of people look at that both ways. Oh, he a fool, or you know, I'm not gonna let nobody just play me. But I'm saying if I had money like that, like making donations or building a apartment complex and let the rent be $10 a month or something, you know, helping people. You know, see, they won't let people like that get $1 billion and do things like that. You know, they want people to, if they give you $1 billion, you just gonna have to, just you and just your family. And you can't share this with, you can't make everybody's lives easy like, you know, like how you living. That's how they said. That's how it's set up, man. That's how they want it. And I just want to speak on that. When I heard Chopper say that, he just confirmed what I always thought. If you, the higher up you is, he say the more wicked and the more funny it get. You know, and if you on a low level but you still good and you helping and all that, that's God's way of living. Like I said, God never made money. God never made this system to be the way it is. You know. So that's why we in this trap, we in this whirlwind with this. But God, people, you got to be strong. You got to be smarter and pray, talk to Him more. You know, and be humble. Because if you're not humble, you're going to fall into I need this. You're going to fall in with the wicked every time. That's why you got to keep leaning on God, like He said in the Bible. But I just wanted to speak about that, man. Put my 2 cents in. Chopper exposed the industry once again and the higher ups, and that's what it is, man. So shout out to Chopper, man. He ain't sell out like how people think, He understood what was going on and he didn't want part of it. But hey, it is what it is, man. You made it this far in the video. I don't like the video, man. And y'all know as always, I'm gonna come back with some more flavor. It's your boy Mean Joe Green. It's love. And I'm about.